everybody. So here it is. This is the first of the 12 weeks of workouts. I'm going to be posting 2 every week. We're starting out very light, very gentle, and very general, and we're going to build it up slowly, okay? This is not a high impact, kick your butt kind of workout. It will get more challenging as time goes on, but I really want to stress doing self-care with yourself as you work out. One thing that I notice is a lot of people want to migrate towards a workout that's really going to kick their butt, but they hurt themselves in the process. And because I can't be there with you and I can't supervise, I'm really going to invite you to be careful. I want you to distinguish between 2 kinds of pain. There's the good pain, which is, for example, when I'm squatting, I start to feel that my quads, they're burning, right? Or there's bad pain, which is, ow, my knees are hurting, either on the outside, the inside, on the top, my back is sore, my hips might be hurting. That's bad pain. Joint pain is bad pain. When the muscles start burning, that's good pain. And afterwards, you can assess what the quality of the pain too, because that thing you get in your muscles where, if you've done a hard workout, you're stiff, it's hard to move, or it's hard to sit down and get up. That's called DOMS, delayed onset of muscle soreness, and it's a good thing. It means you've had a training effect and you're going to build some muscle and get stronger. It's good. But then if your joints get swollen and they become more and more painful after a workout, it's something you really want to watch out for, okay? And by the way, the animals might just join me for the workouts. So anyways, what we're going to do today, we're just doing 3 exercises, and I'm going to give you different ways of working the same muscle group. I'm going to start out hard, and then I'm going to make it easier. I'm going to show you how to make it easier, and I want you to adjust it to your level. Remember, here, in these workouts, you're not competing against anyone else except yourself. You're just trying to do a little bit better for yourself each time. So I'm really going to invite you to start slow. I posted a questionnaire that I'd like you to fill out. It's called a PAR-Q, a Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire. There's 7 questions on it. And if you answer yes to any of the 7 questions, then I'm going to invite you to please check with your doctor first before you do any of these routines, okay? It means that there's something that might be affecting you physically that could prevent you from getting the benefit of these workouts. You might even hurt yourself, okay? So again, if you answer yes to any of those 7 questions, please check with your doctor first, okay? So we're going to do 3 exercises today, like I said. 1 for the lower body, 1 which is a push exercise, which works your chest and your shoulders and your triceps, and 1 which is a pull exercise, which works your lats, the big back muscles, your biceps, the rear of your shoulders, and your trapezius, which is a big muscle in your upper back, and your rhomboids, which is between your shoulder blades. Okay, so you're getting a full body workout, really, just by doing these 3 exercises, okay? The first one is a squat, okay? If you can do a full squat, I'm doing a full squat here. I'm going all the way down until my legs are parallel to the ground. Great, okay? If you can't, just do a partial squat. And you'll know if you can or can't based on how stable you are as you do this, and or is there any pain while you're doing it. Again, we don't want joint pain. We do not want joint pain. It's bad. It's not going to make your joints feel better. It's going to make them feel worse, okay? How to do a proper squat. Your toes should be pointed out about 10-15 degrees. You stay on your heels. Keep your core tight and your back straight. You sit back. You're staying on your heels. Your hips go back and your knees bend at the same time as your hips go back. Hips, knees bend, and they straighten. They bend together, they straighten together. They bend together, they straighten together. You breathe in, out. Okay, maybe even partial squats are too much for you. That's okay. The way to work the same muscles without challenging your joints or whatever it is that's bothering you is to move to an exercise called a good morning, okay? So assuming your hips are okay, but it's your knees that are bothering you, all you're going to do is you're going to bend over at the waist. You're going to hinge at the hips without bending the knees. Everything else is the same as the squat, core tight, chest out, keeping your weight on your heels, but you're just bending over. Breathe in and out. Really stick your butt out. Squeeze your butt as you come up. Don't bend those knees. If your knees are the things that are bothering you, don't bend them, okay? Okay? Maybe that's too much though. That's okay, not a problem. What you can do is you can do something called a donkey kick against the wall. Maybe your knees are really bothering you. Maybe your hips are really bothering you. You can't bend them. So what you do is put your hands on the wall, bend your knee, as long as this doesn't bother your knee, and kick out. Kick your heel out and back. Squeeze your butt while you do this, okay? So we're doing about a minute each set. I'm going to invite you to change about halfway through, or you can easily change legs as you go. This might be better because then you don't have to time yourself. You can just go by my count. Okay, kick out, squeeze your butt, kick out, squeeze your butt. All right? So that's 3 ways of working your lower body, and it gets progressively easier and progressively less intense in your joints. One thing, for the donkey kick, even doing this might bother your knee. Not a problem. Keep your leg straight and kick your leg back. Okay? Push your heel back. You'll feel the squeeze in your butt. Glutes are the biggest muscle in your body. You're still getting a good workout here. Okay? So 1, then change legs. 2, and 3, and 4. We're going to do that exercise for a full minute. Okay? Second, we're going to do a push exercise. Now, if you can, do a push-up. Okay? A full push-up. Now this assumes that your shoulders are okay. You don't have shoulder pain. If you get shoulder pain, this might not be a good exercise to do at all. So we will have a variation of this that you can do if you have shoulder pain. I will show you that at the end. But a full push-up is where your hands are just outside your shoulders, in line with your shoulders, and your body's straight. You're on your toes, and you're going all the way down until your nose touches the ground and pushing up. Breathe in, out. If that's too hard, do it on your knees. If that's too hard, use an ottoman or a stability ball and use this to leverage how far out you go when you're doing the push-up. Okay, the further back I am, the easier it is, and the further out I roll, the harder it is. Okay, so from here, same thing, hand position is just outside my shoulders. So again, I make it harder by rolling out further, easier by coming in, all right? Now, let's say you got shoulder pain. If you have shoulder pain severe enough, none of these are gonna work for you. That's okay. Do either standing or grab a chair and imagine that you're pushing against the ground. Push-up position, hands just outside your shoulders, and you're gonna push, okay? Bring your hands together, straighten your arms, and pull your shoulder blades apart. Come back, squeeze your shoulder blades, and separate them. Breathe in, out, in, out. Imagine that you're pushing against something, okay? Mind-muscle connection. Pushing myself up, I'm coming down. You're gonna get a workout here. You're gonna work the muscles that you wanna work, okay? Shoulder blades together, they come apart. Together, and they come apart, okay? So that's 4 ways of doing a push exercise that works your chest, and it works your triceps, and it works your shoulders, okay? Now, our final exercise is going to be a pull exercise. So I'll give you a few versions of this. The hardest one, and what I'm using here are water bottles, okay? But you may have actual dumbbell weight, that's okay. Just make sure if you got water in it that the bottles are closed. Okay, what you're gonna do here is, again, your tummy's tight, your chest is straight, you're on your heels, you're gonna bend over as far as you can, trying to get your back flat to the ground. So I'm basically parallel to the ground. My knees are only bent a bit, and I'm gonna pull up to the ceiling. I'm gonna pull my elbows up to the ceiling while I squeeze my shoulder blades, okay? I don't have my head way back like this. I'm kind of looking down so my spine is straight. Here we go. Breathe in, out, in, out. The mistake I see people making here is they curl. They don't pull those elbows up, okay? Don't bend your arms without pulling your elbows to the ceiling, okay? Pull the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. Okay? Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too hard on your lower back. Not a problem. Many of us have back problems. What you can do next is do it on a chair. Here, let me turn this sideways so you can see it, okay? So I'm sitting on a chair, and I'm bending over. I'm doing the same thing. But I have the added benefit of being braced by the chair, okay? Also, to make it easier, actually on these, whether you're standing or sitting, don't even need to use weight. Okay? This alone may make it easy enough on your back that you can do it, okay? My dog Dexter's about to come in. Hi, buddy. Okay? How you doing, pal? Good boy. He's a good boy. I'm trying to exercise. Okay. So, the tail's very dangerous on these dogs, by the way. Oh, and here's the other one. Here's the other one. Jealous, okay? You can also do it sitting down without any weights, right? Pulling those elbows to the ceiling. And finally, the easiest of all, to do this standing or sitting, is to imagine that you have a cable attached to the wall and you're pulling it, okay? So I'm doing a row without any weight, without any resistance, but I'm still working those muscles. You can feel the shoulder blades squeeze together, okay? You can feel my trapezius pulling together. Hey, buddy. Okay? Watch my breathing. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay? So there's many different ways of doing these exercises. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a set of each, or we're going to do it together. Okay, we're going to do 3 sets total. And we're going to do each exercise for 1 minute, and we're going to rest for 2 minutes in between. Now, I invite you, if a minute is too long, stop at 30 seconds. Stop when you need to, okay? Don't work yourself so hard that you find yourself so out of breath that you can't talk, okay? You may be talking a bit like this, but don't work yourself too hard. Work into it slowly, okay? This thing's going for 12 weeks, so we got lots of time, okay? So, here we go. Let's start. I don't know how easy these guys are going to make it for me. Okay, I'm going to do squats for a minute, and then I'm going to demonstrate other exercises as well. Other options as we go, but I'm going to start with squats, okay? So, here we go. I'm setting the timer for a minute. You ready? We're about to start. We're going to do the 3 different exercises, then we're going to rest for 2 minutes, and we're going to do it again, rest for 2 minutes after that, and do it one more time, and then we're done. That's a total of about 13 minutes, okay? Less than 15 minutes to do a full body workout. Here we go. Okay, starting. All right, I'm going to squat. Oh, and by the way, there's another way to squat, the chair squat, right? Practicing my squats, but I have something to fall back on because my butt's tapping the chair each time. Sorry, I forgot to demonstrate that. Okay, but hey, listen, if your knees won't let you go down all the way, only go down part of the way, okay? You can go down 30%, you can go down 45%, you can go down 70%, whatever you can without causing pain, okay? But remember, if that's too much, well, just do the good morning. Okay, we're at 30 seconds already. That means we got less than 30 seconds to go, okay? Or the donkey kicks, right? 1, 2, 3. Squeeze that butt each time you do this. Okay, 15 seconds left to go. We're doing great. Doing fantastic, people, okay? Right, I'm going to go back to squats to finish it up. 10 seconds to go. When you're doing these on your own, you want to make sure you have a timer of some sort set. Okay, good. So, that's 1 minute. I'm going to move the chair out of the way. And we're going to go to the next exercise, which is the push-up. Here we go. Right into the exercise, no rest. Okay, so I'm going to start on my hands and toes. Of course, the dogs, I'm at dog level, right? So everything's fair game here. Okay, but that's too much. Remember, go to your knees. Not a problem. Okay? You're doing it from your knees. But maybe that's too much. Not a problem. Grab your ottoman or your stability ball. Roll out on it and okay. Maybe not that. Maybe that's too much. Not a problem. You can stand and push. Pull those shoulder blades apart and together. Apart, together, apart, together, apart, together. Okay, we got 10 seconds to go. Stay strong. You're doing great. Remember, you should be able to talk, even if it's a little tough. Great. Okay, we're moving into the last exercise now. Here we go. I'm starting with my homemade dumbbells. Keeping my core nice and tight, my back nice and straight. That's okay, maybe that's too much, right? So I'm just going to use my hands. And no problem, by the way, you can change mid-set. You can change from one that's harder to one that's easier mid-set, okay? Maybe that's too hard. And bring the chair in, okay? Gonna bend over. Here comes Dexter again. Give me a kiss. Try to breathe, bud. Again, maybe that's too hard. Just use my hands. Or better yet, just pull out of that imaginary cable, right? I do this standing or sitting. And I'm rowing my shoulder blades, squeezing them together, letting them go. It's the opposite of the push one. 5 seconds left to go. And there we go. That's set number 1. We are done, okay? So I'm going to set the timer now for 2 minutes, and we're just going to rest. So I guess while we're resting, might as well let the dogs entertain us. Pepper, come on up, come on up. There we go. There's your good girl. Yeah. While you're resting, really take the time to rest. Sit down, take some water, make sure you're well hydrated before, during, and after these sets, okay? And take the time, catch your breath. And if you find, by the way, that you can't, after 2 minutes, you're not ready to start up again, that's okay, pause the video. Pause it, take as much time as you need so that you feel that you got your breath back enough that you're able to talk normally like I'm talking right now, okay? Make sure you take that time for yourself. Remember, you're only competing against yourself. Sure, I fully expect people are going to be sharing in the group, hey, I did Mike's first exercise or routine, it was great. I did all of the exercises, I did all of the hardest exercises, did it for a full minute, and I'm feeling great. And maybe you're not there yet, that's okay. Don't look at that as something you need to compete against, okay? Look at how you did last time and compare how you did this time to how you did last time. That's your benchmark. You set your own benchmark. You are your own benchmark. It's what you're capable of, you know? I was sharing with someone, you know, when you go to a powerlifting competition, somebody may squat 400 pounds, and that's huge for them. That's a new personal best. And then someone comes in behind them and they double that. They squat 800 pounds. The person who did their personal best at 400 may well never be able to get anywhere near 800 pounds. But it doesn't mean they did any less spectacularly than the person who did 800, because it's just what they're genetically capable of, and we're all different, right? So you're competing against yourself and nobody else. Take it easy, okay? I mean it. And remember, oh, it's time to go again. If the joint pain is bothering you, then by all means, please stop. Okay, and choose a different exercise. I've given you enough exercise options that, here, let's start. We're going to start now again in 3, 2, 1, and I'm squatting, okay? So yeah, if the joints are bugging you, choose a different option, right? Oh, this is bothering me, so, oh man, I'm going half squats now, that's still bugging me. That's okay, I'm going to go over the wall, and I'm going to do my donkey kicks, okay? Oh, no, that's still bugging me. Bending my knees, not good, okay? Great. Just extend my leg out behind me. Straight, like this, okay? Lots of options. Lots of different activity levels, lots of different ability levels, no problem, okay? Me, I like my squats. I'm grateful that at 54 years old, I still have good enough knees that I'm able to squat. So I'm going to take advantage of it, okay? Breathe in, out. The core is tight, my back is straight, I'm looking straight forward, okay? I'm staying on my heels, remember that. We're almost there. Get ready for the next exercise. Okay. Right. Right into the next one. So this one I'm going to do push-ups on my knees this time, okay? So assuming that most people won't be able to get a minute from their toes, do them along with you, okay? Remember, you can do them on an ottoman or on a stability ball. It makes it a little bit easier, and it makes you able to make it harder as you progress. And remember, for those of you, if when you're doing this, you have shoulder pain, okay, what I'd like you to do is not do them this way at all. Again, let's do the pushing, standing, or sitting. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Expand them. Squeeze, expand. There you go. Okay, next, the bent row. Okay, here we go. Right into the next one. I'm going to grab my fake dumbbells and remember, I'm pulling my elbows up to the ceiling. If you don't have water bottles, use cans of food. And if that's too much, again, use your hands. Okay? Remember, your head's not cranked back like this. It's not good for your neck. We don't walk around like this, right? So keep your spine neutral. Or row. Row. Okay, it's like, I'm imagining that I got a cable attached to the wall that has resistance on it, pulling it away from the wall, or a band, or some such, okay? 10 seconds to go. All right, there we go. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna set the timer for 2 minutes. Okay, so far we've worked out a grand total of 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes elapsed. We're almost done. We're 67.7% done. Actually, 66.666666666. Now, the final set. You may find that in the first set you're able to go a minute. Second set you're able to go a minute, but you may be really tired. So there's 2 things you can do. You can try and jump back in after the 2 minutes if you've got your breath back, but go shorter. Remember, you're competing against you. Go for a shorter amount of time. Try going only 30 or 45 seconds for each exercise in the last set. If you don't think that doing the full minute will benefit you, okay? If you think it'll be too much. Again, the cool thing is that, you know, when it comes around next time to doing this routine, what you do, how you know that you've progressed, you're able to do the last set for longer than you were the first time you did it, or the previous time, if you've done it more than once, okay? So, again, you're competing against yourself. I can't stress that enough. Assess yourself right now for joint pain. Is anything hurting on me? Are my muscles sore? Do they feel tired? Good. That's all to the good. That's not bad at all, okay? That doesn't mean that you should slow down. But man, if, my back really isn't liking this, or my hips, and the knees, or shoulders, or elbows, or whatever, then consider changing up the exercise you're doing. Remember, an easy fix for the knees is the donkey kick with the legs straight, okay? No pressure on the knees whatsoever. You don't have to bend them, nothing, okay? And by the way, there's 2 stretching videos that come after this video. Please do them, okay? Do those stretches, upper and lower body both, because you've worked your whole upper and lower body. Okay, there we go. Let's go into the final set. We are starting with lower body. Okay, again, for those of you who can squat, that's great, okay? If you can do full squats. Butt to the ground while keeping your back straight, that's awesome, okay? Heels, stay on the ground. You're not rocking forward on your toes. Your back is nice and straight. Oh, but, you know, maybe it's getting to be too much. That's okay. That's okay. Just go down part of the way, okay? Half squats, you know? Could be just because you're too fatigued to go down all the way, or maybe your knees are bothering you. So again, find a position where your knees aren't bothering you. Maybe they're bothering you in both. Hey, great. We go to the good mornings. Well, too much on the knees, not a problem. We do those donkey kicks. Okay, feel free to change between these options mid-set, no problem. Okay, but we're almost done the first one, so let's go right into the second one. And for that, I'm actually going to use the stability ball. Can you see me? Yes, you can. Okay, good. So if I want to make it easier, I roll backwards. I'm not lifting as much as my body. Make it harder, way out here. But I'm going to do it midway, just so you can see me. Try not to have your hands out in front. Have them in line with your shoulders. Listen to my breathing. If it's too hard to go this speed, slow it down. Not a problem. Go slower. Or, if you need to make it harder, go faster and move out further. There we go. That was going off. All right. We're going into the last one now. We're going to the vent row. Real quick change. Grab my weights and no weights. I'm keeping my core tight. I'm not slouching. My back is nice and straight, okay? And standing. Maybe it's too much, right? So, I've got that imaginary cable attached to the wall. Squeeze my shoulder blades. Squeeze. Squeeze. It's like I'm pulling. Feel those muscles working, even though there isn't really a load against them, okay? And that's it. Believe it or not. 13 minutes later, you have got yourself a full body workout. Fantastic. Good job. Doesn't matter if you weren't able to do all of the exercises at their hardest level. Doesn't matter if you weren't able to do the full minute for each exercise. Doesn't matter if even in the last set you weren't able to do the hardest exercises for the full minute. Doesn't matter. You've set your baseline. You know what you're capable of. Now your job, I invite you to look at your job, your exercise job, as one of trying to do just a little bit better next time. Maybe that means one more repetition. Maybe that means going just a little longer, okay? Remember, no more than a minute. A minute's fine. But be gentle on yourself, progress gradually, and in no time at all, you're gonna see amazing results. You know, when you're gardening midsummer, for example, you're gonna feel very different than right now if you're not in shape right now, okay? Feel free to leave comments below. Tell me what you thought of the workout and tell me what you'd like to see more of and less of, okay? Looking forward to it.